madmikeeygaming.
Hey gamers, welcome to another edition of Getting to Know Mad Mikey Monday vlogs. Just a show where I sort of talk a bit about my upbringing on gaming, as well as sort of what's just happened in the last week of game. So today, Rockstar dropped a huge bomb. Like, it wasn't even so much what they put out, it was, they just put up, all they had to do was they just had to put a red screen with a bit of sort of wear and tear on it with the Rockstar symbol in the middle, and everybody knows what that is. That is Red Dead. So that's all I'll sort of talk about today with that. If it's not Red Dead, I don't know what else it could be. Somebody on Facebook was sort of saying, hey, it better not be Max Payne. I'm like, hey, why should it not be Max Payne? He's like, oh, number 3 didn't really sort of hit the standards. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair enough, but all the more reason for them to maybe try and redeem themselves. I love Max Payne as a character. Since 1 and 2, Max Payne is one of my favourite gaming franchises of all time. And I just remember, I'm not going to lie, I had a bit of a tear roll down my eye when I finished number 2, because I was like, this guy should be dead. There's no point to him going on anymore. And I think that's where number 3 just let the series down. Like, the gameplay was good. You could see how they were sort of just building up things and whatnot to get into your GTA and whatnot. So, look, I enjoy it. I occasionally sort of open up and start playing again. Like, just the quotes, the acting, the voice acting in those games are phenomenal. So I would not be opposed to it being Max Payne. If that's a lot of blood just supposed to be through the eyes of Max Payne, hey, I'm cool with that. But I think we all know it's going to be something Red Dead related. But yeah, for the last week, I've been playing a lot of games. Not so much putting in a lot of time with the games, but just playing a lot of different games. So Monday to Tuesday last week, if you were sort of keeping up with me, I didn't get a chance to play many games because I've been flat out. So Wednesday was sort of like my first day to be able to play some games and whatnot. So I chucked in Syndicate, Assassin's Creed, because I was in a bit of a bad mood, and for some, Assassin's Creed games are my comfort food / game sort of thing. Like, they'll perk me up. Like, I don't know what it is. Whenever I'm playing an Assassin's Creed game or even a Prince of Persia game, it's just, I'm so familiar with it. I know what I'm doing, and I suppose I just feel like I'm back in control. Are there any games like that you guys actually sort of have that connection with? I don't know, just when everything's crazy. The buses weren't going right, I was home late, I was working long hours, and just playing Assassin's Creed just relieved a lot of things going on in life, and I just sort of went with it. So played Syndicate, then I was like, okay, I really, really want to give Unity another go. So I started playing a bit of Unity. Then on Friday night, after playing a few games and whatnot, I jumped back into Assassin's Creed 3 because I love Connor's story. I don't know if I've told you guys, but played it the first time, didn't enjoy it. Played it the second time, absolutely fell in love with it. That could be because I'd sort of since been to America and whatnot, and sort of really learned to love their culture, and if you call it culture and whatnot. I just love how every town's different. Everybody, you go to a bar and everyone's talking. I don't feel that here in Australia. But also this week, I've been playing Recore, Gears of War 4. I want to go back and I want to play Deus Ex, because I sort of left that where it was. Just was playing a lot of games. It just hit the fact that I could play a lot of games, and I was just like, I want to play every game. I really want to. So I did. And then there was the announcement last week, or the trailer for the new Final Fantasy 14 Online expansion coming out, so I was like, oh, maybe I should get back into Final Fantasy because I am still paying for it. But then it was the same thing the week before. Star Wars: The Old Republic got their new add-on sort of announced, and then I thought, okay, well, let's play that again. So there's a lot of games, and there's still quite a few games that I want to pick up. I want to get Paper Mario, I want to get WWE, I want to get Bioshock. So it's pay week this week, so I'm just probably going to get a lot of them from overseas or the cheap websites and whatnot, just for the fact that I need to get them cheap because I'm on a huge budget at the moment. But on the weekend also I went to my brother-in-law's house and for a birthday, and we were playing a lot of the old school games because he's got a really nice setup. Because I don't know if you guys saw in the Facebook page and whatnot, but he picked up a Saturn. I was like, oh, I've never actually played one of them. What's it like? He's like, oh, I'm worried how to answer that because then I might want to buy one. So we played around with that. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, you can see where the Dreamcast was actually sort of contrived from and whatnot, with the Dreamcast being one of my favourite consoles of all time. And then he had his Commodore 64 set up, and that's just another beast entirely now. So we were playing a couple of games of that, and that was real fun. I really enjoyed that time playing with the Commodore with him, because just got all those memories of the Commodore, and he's got all his memories, and we were just sort of talking about it and whatnot. And that's really what I like. I like talking about games. If I could be anything, it's just more of a gaming personality. I'd like to share my stories. I like to hear people's stories. That's why I just wish there was a bit more interactivity with you guys, because I love hearing what people got to say. There was an old mate of ours that we used to go drinking with, and every time we'd catch up, he would have a story to tell. I ended up calling him Uncle Trav, and I used to love listening to the stories that this bloke would. They were all just funny, piss stories that he'd tell us, but that's just sort of how I feel about gaming. Like, I can't tell a story, but I can tell you my story. I can tell you what excites me about a game and things like that. And sometimes you need your opinion heard, you know? You heard? I had a couple of questions, a couple of comments that I just wanted to address. Evo39CA something or other. She's always leaving comments and whatnot. So she put a comment out there like, what is your favourite collector's edition and why? She actually posted a video, her first video, about what her favourite one was, and I think it was one of the Call of Duty games, just purely for the book. So asking me what my favourite collector's edition game is like asking me who your favourite kid is. There's never going to be an answer. So I'll just quickly go through why some of these games are. So first one would be Injustice: Gods Among Men, with the statue, because I'm all about the statues in case you guys can't see. That's got Batman and Wonder Woman fighting, and I just love that statue. I'll give you guys a bit of a close-up of it. There's also the Assassin's Creed 3 collector's edition with the Connor statue, which is just beautifully crafted, very much like another one that I love, which is The Witcher 3. A lot of people had a lot of bad gripes about that one, but I actually think it's amazingly beautiful. Just the art style of it is different to what all the other ones put out. And then lastly, we have the Tomb Raider remake survival kit edition. So I actually was looking around for this because I bought just the normal one on your Xbox One, PlayStation 4. And I couldn't get a collector's edition, and one of the area managers was at the EB store, and I said, hey, do you know of any stores? And he goes, there's no way that you were going to get that game. He goes, I would be very surprised if you get that because they are sold out. They sold out ages ago. So I went into my contact book and hit up the manager at the Swanston Street store, Jason, who I've known for many, many of years. And he's like, we've got one, but it's only on the 360. I'm like, I don't care. I've got it on PlayStation 4. I just want the statue, and I want to basically shove it up your boss's ass. He's like, all right. So when you go back and tell him, just tell him that Jason helped you, and so they must have something going on because that's one of the main stores here in Melbourne. And I had another one from Aaron who left a comment saying, "Hi, I'm a loyal follow. Keep up the good work. I just want to mention that I think the Desert Storm was and still is one of the best Xbox games. Game was great. The best part was you can command every troop you had. Navy SEALs was another game. I don't know what if Navy SEALs is that Commodore or Amiga. I can't remember. But definitely Desert Storm. I remember looking at those games, and those games, I'm very bad at micromanaging in video games, like RTSs, like StarCraft and whatnot. I'm terrible at. But those games, like I played like the Sum of All Fear on PC and Xbox, and when Xbox came out, with Halo and whatnot, it was very hard to get used to doing first-person shooting and whatnot on the controller. So I just really stayed clear of it because I got Halo with my bundle when I bought my initial Xbox, and I remember playing it. I'm like, how are you supposed to play a first-person shooter game like this? So anyway, it got to the point where I'm like, look, I'm gonna force myself to do this. So I eventually got really good at them, but by that time, like Desert Storm and whatnot, those sort of games didn't really interest me that much because like every second game coming out at that point was a war game, where I wanted to play like your Prince of Persia. I just wanted your really awesome stories because that's what they were starting to produce, like really fantastic stories out there. But we'll leave it at like that this week. So guys, if you've got comments or any questions you want to ask, hit me up in the comments below or any of the social media groups which are in the description. And we'll come back next week with what's been going on. Alright guys, take care.